You need the silence for the magic to start working. Sound travels fastest in water.
From Charaga and Sushruta and all the masters, we had this technique with us.
Yes.
Why didn't we explore this?
It is a knowledge that we already have,
Yes.
that sound helps with healing. Sound helps at the mind, body and soul. For example, we have something called the large belly bowl, which is placed just above your belly button and it's played. So the whole sound is absorbed by the body.
So you know this is true, but you are not ready to accept.
The entire baggage was held as trauma inside her, as emotions inside her.
People are very conscious about the personal space.
Yes.
In the ancient Indian sciences, sound is the primordial energy. That is why we revere Nada Brahma. Because of this Nada Brahma concepts, every science book which is based in this Bharata Desha has a immortal connection with sound energy. Today, we are going to see a master who deals with that energy. Mrs. Aparna Suresh. She is a MSc holder in psychology and she has left corporate industry to pursue her career in alternate healing therapies. To heal, it's a blessing, it's a boon, and she is trying to do that. By the sound therapy techniques which she learned from the masters, she is now practicing it in Coimbatore. Today, we are getting to know her in detail and we will get a glimpse of what is sound therapy. And maybe we will understand the Nada Brahma way better. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you.
Here we will explore about sound therapy.
Okay.
So I'll get right into that.
Okay.
What is sound therapy?
To understand what sound therapy is, we need to first understand what is sound. Sound is an acoustic signal which is transmitted through sound waves. Now, sound travels through waves. And what happens is, have you seen the ocean? The waves keep coming.
Yes.
So similarly, when you play a sound, the waves keep coming and they reach us through this motion of
Waves.
up and down.
Yeah.
So that is what is. And we have a misnomer that sound is only perceived through the ears.
Okay.
But actually sound is felt through the largest organ in our body, which is our skin.
Okay.
So the vibrations reach our skin. So sound therapy works on this principle that our body will absorb these vibrations through the skin.
So
and
you are saying that because sound is a form of energy,
yes,
it can resonate through the skin also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the other part of it is sound travels fastest in water.
Oh.
So the vibrations, it's faster than in air. So and our body 70% is fluids.
Yeah, sure.
So obviously sound travels, it penetrates the body quicker through the skin, and everything is energy and we all vibrate at different frequencies. So what happens is when sound penetrates our body, it reaches up to the cell level.
Okay.
And minuscule vibrations happen. And what does sound therapy do is it set rights the imbalance in the cells and it vibrates in resonance.
Okay. So you are saying that different sound makes different kind of vibrations and
yes,
it can create different kind of energy fields.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
By that way, you will giving this particular set of sounds to enhance somebody's balance.
Yes.
Okay.
Enhance or set right. What is illness? Illness is dissonance.
Okay.
And with sound therapy, we try to make the person vibrate in resonance.
Okay.
So the difference is dissonance and resonance.
Fine.
Resonance is positive. Yeah.
Okay. So, can you elaborate on the base of this thing? We already know that there is mantra japa in
Yeah.
our ancient text,
Yeah.
in the Bharatiya ancient text.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that part?
Yeah, actually, sound therapy is something which began in our region, like many years ago. It's there in the Charaka Samhita and Sushruta Samhita. They have mentioned
So you were saying that it is an integral part of the Sanatana umbrella.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
fine.
It is an integral part, not only because when you go to a temple, this is a practice which is being followed from ancient times, that you ring the bell. Why do we ring the bell when we go to a temple? To bring mindfulness into it. That is, when you hear the sound of the bell ringing, automatically your mind is clear of all thoughts and your focus is on.
So it's more like if you sing a lullaby to a child,
Yeah.
and she goes to sleep. So basically the sound works there.
Yes.
Just like that, you're saying that when we ring the bell on the
In the temple. Yes.
it actually keeps our mind fresh and focused on the energy there.
Yes. Why do we go to the temple? We go to pray. So we need to be focused and we need our mind to be clear of all other thoughts. Instead of, thinking about, oh, I need to go to the office and finish this. I need to do that or anything like that. So what happens is when you ring the bell, you must have noticed, or if you haven't, next time you go to the temple, you ring the bell and you notice that your mind is totally blank. So it's a fresh slate. You're there to pray. So it's clear of all thoughts and you can do what you've gone into the temple for.
Okay.
So that is why when they show the Deeparadhana, they ring the bell because your focus is totally on that. You don't let your mind.
Can I say that it kind of hypnotized our attention to the particular event?
In a more simple term, it's mindfulness.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hypnotism, probably people get a little worried that, oh, they'll hypnotize me and do something. No, it's mindfulness. And in the present world scenario, when everyone is under so much of stress, everyone is rushed, people want to do this, they want to finish this, 24 hours don't seem to be enough for anybody. They want to do so many things in that time. So at that time, you are kind of slowing down your mind and you're bringing mindfulness into your life. You're kind of calming down the system.
Okay. You're saying that from our ancient days, from our Samhitas, like from Charaga and Sushruta and all the masters, we had this technique with us.
Yes.
Why didn't we explore this?
As always, it's a very sad thing to say, but we accept what the Westerners show us.
Of course.
So every time, like for example, yoga. Now, yoga it is from our. Yes, it is ours. But when a Westerner shows you the Surya Namaskar and now there's a lot of value in chanting and repeated chanting or affirmations. Affirmations are nothing but you're repeatedly, positively reinforcing yourself. You keep telling yourself. So all that has been there. Namada Gayatri Mantra. Yes. Gayatri Mantra, you must have heard about the Schumann's resonance. So when you chant the Gayatri Mantra for a certain period of time, like you sit down, you close your eyes and you chant the Gayatri Mantra, it has the Schumann effect where it affects your mood, it elevates your mood, and it kind of it helps with depression, it helps with so many things. So Gayatri Mantra is something which was born here in India.
Of course.
So like that, what has happened is like my guru's guru, the Peter Hess method that we follow in
the master
sound
from
therapy, the master from Germany. Like he visited Nepal about 45 years back. And he saw the gongs being played in the Buddhist temples and then the singing bowls being used. And he, being a physicist with knowledge of sound and how it travels and all that, he has done extensive research, and which is very, very valuable to us, and we all follow that method. His USP is less is more. That is, you don't keep tapa 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 banging the bowls and making so much noise. You play the bowls, wait for the body to absorb the vibrations, give the body time to process what it's receiving.
Okay.
And then, so he has taken the
Out
basic knowledge
Yes,
from here. He has done so much of, he's added so much value to it. He's done so much of research, and there's a lot of scientific backing also with the research.
So you're saying that we had it all along, and a foreigner comes to our land, he gets interested, and he recreates some magic.
Yes.
So he goes through his research to state that, okay, this will help in healing.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So with that.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
It is a knowledge that we already have,
Yes.
that sound helps with healing.
Right.
But he has done so much of research to show that how sound has to be played, how it has to be presented.
So you are saying, like, if you are saying about Gayatri Mantra, every mantra in Indian texts has a rishi.
Yes.
Because that's who proposed the particular mantra.
Yes.
And there is a chandas. Chandas is the meter you go for that particular thing. And there is a deity attached to that mantra, particular mantra.
Yes.
So by that way, he is saying that if you play or go like this with a particular sound.
With a particular protocol.
Yeah.
That is, you play in a certain way, and you present it in a certain way.
This is more or less like the mantra japa only, but through equipment.
Fine, yes.
Fine.
Like you must have heard Samaveda.
Yeah.
When they chant.
Yeah.
They have a particular intonation.
Yes.
They chant in a particular tune.
Yes.
And it has effect.
Of course.
So if you notice in a group where there are people chanting the Samaveda, it automatically calms the entire group, and then you come out of the hall or you come out of the place feeling so much better. You feel more energized.
That particular mantra japa has a positive effect on those who are present
there.
So you're actually saying that every sound has some particular effect on humans.
Definitely.
So by getting to explore on the positive side of sound,
yes,
we can actually help people.
Yes,
that's what you.
That is what I'm trying to put across.
So, can you elaborate on the key techniques, if I can call that? Can you elaborate on the major techniques that's used in today's sound therapy?
Actually, as I said, we follow. I learned from Mr. Manan Sharma, who's based in Delhi, and his family, his father and him, they are the world's best manufacturers of therapeutic singing bowls. They do gongs and everything. It's all, each and every piece is handmade.
Okay.
And it goes through very stringent quality control, because even a slight change in the sound can, when you play, and then even if there's 1 hertz difference in the sound.
So it goes exactly like a musical instrument.
Yes.
Where we get the perfect note.
Perfect note.
Yes.
And also each bowl, when it's played with a different mallet. Mallet is the equipment you use, the hammer-like thing which you use. So some have a satin head, some have a felt head, some have a leather head. So different mallets have different heads. And when you tap in the Peter Hess method, we never rim the bowl. We just tap the bowl gently on the rim of the bowl.
Okay.
And then you generate the sound. Okay. There are certain bowls where the vibration continues for up to 2.5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. The human ear may not be able to hear the sound. But if you just place your finger on the tip of the bowl.
You are saying that particular vibration is not inside our hearing capacity.
No.
That particular frequency is away from our hearing capacity, but the sound is there.
Sound is there.
And our largest organ is picking that up.
Picking up.
Okay,
yes,
fine.
because it says vibrations. So the vibrations will be felt. Suppose I play sound in a closed room. Suppose I play the gong. Now, you are staying far away from the gong. You can't hear it very clearly, probably. But then the sound is there because it will travel to you in waves. And as I continuously keep playing it, the waves keep coming, like the sea or like the ocean. When the waves keep coming in, the sound waves also keep coming in. And they will eventually reach you and it will be perceived by the largest organ
So
of the
the
body.
force will be different. If you are close to it, the sound will be more forceful.
That is why, again in the Peter Hess method, we are trained to spend 15 minutes with the client before we begin the sound therapy, because each one's requirement is different.
Yeah.
Like, and we always take a consent form. We always we go into an in-depth conversation about...
this is actually like the allopathic medicine branch. Like, if we are visiting a hospital, we will get a consent form written, and we will be writing down all our basic elements. That okay, I am of this height and this weight and this thing. I have these kind of conditions. So after that, spending time with the particular human, you will go to your practice.
Two things are achieved by this. One, you develop a rapport with the client.
Fine.
The client becomes comfortable. Now, if I spend 10 minutes talking to you before I do anything, obviously you feel more comfortable with me.
Of course.
Yeah. And then you're ready to, okay, now whatever next is coming, I'm ready to explore that or experience. And the second thing is, I get to know about why you're here for the sound therapy.
Okay.
What is the intention or what you hope to gain out of attending a session?
Okay.
So, different people have different requirements. Our human body is magical. It's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
So, our body knows. So, there are 10 people. They listen to the same gong.
Okay.
They listen to the same singing bowls. But each one will take back with them a different experience.
Okay.
Like
it's according to their body's balance in this nature, in this particular existence, that they will take that input.
Yes. Okay. What is required by your body, what is needed by your body will be accepted.
So let me ask that, if somebody has a defense mechanism, like if you are saying some good things to a particular person, let's say a youngster of 18 years, and we are saying something, you can practice like this, you will get better result, or you can practice like that. And in the teens, everyone has a particular defense mechanism. If you are dealing with such clients, what is the best way to give them the better result?
Okay, when clients come, I talk to them. When you talk to them, you know what kind of a mental frame they are coming to you with.
Okay.
So there are some people who are very defensive, who don't want help. There are some people who are very skeptical. It's like, what is she going to do? Just play the bowls and I hear some noise and, you know.
Why can't we create this in a digital manner?
Well, what is so special about it? But anyone who comes for a sound therapy session, we do something called the sound bath. Now,
that is different from the basic sound therapy session, one-on-one session.
So, in a one-on-one session, there's something called the body work.
Okay.
So, the body work is the bowls, different bowls are placed in different parts of the body, and then it's vibrated by giving a slight tap. So, it's more powerful because the bowl is placed on you. Like, for example, we have something called the large belly bowl, which is placed just above your belly button and it's played. So, the whole sound is absorbed by the body. So, it kind of penetrates into the body. In a sound bath, there's a larger group of people. Say it can vary. The largest sound bath that I have done in Coimbatore recently.
Multi-person therapeutic session.
I have had 65 people attend
super.
the sound bath in a closed room.
Okay.
And what I usually generally do is I play the gong, I play the large therapy set, the small therapy musical set, depending on what the crowd, whatever crowd has assembled there. Again, we take the time to take a consent form. We explain what is expected in a sound bath. And it's done in a very professional, stringent manner.
Okay.
So there is a protocol to be followed. So there is uniformity.
There is SOP for this thing.
Yes.
Right.
There is uniformity and there is a valid process.
So we are going through a standardized practice for this entire session. Right.
Yes. That is thanks to Peter Hess and Manan ji for training me in that kind of this thing. See, whenever there is a uniformity or anything, the results also will be what we expect is what we get.
So in a linear manner, a patient can expect, okay, if I'm going to this sound bath session, then I can expect these kind of results.
Yes.
Ranging from this to this.
It depends on with what intention you come. Now, for example, there was a person, I'm not taking any names because of privacy, this thing. We had a sound bath session recently, and this person was coming to me for the first time, and I just spoke to her and she said, I'm going through some emotional upheaval and I just want to come and experience a sound bath.
Okay.
I generally, in a sound bath session, we don't ask very personal questions because anyone can be going through anything at all. But obviously, we have a confidentiality clause. We don't disclose what thing happens. So this girl came and then I started the sound bath session and everything. So what happens in a sound bath session is initially we have breath work or meditation. Breath work is nothing but pranayama. When you say it in English, it's breath work. Again, it's
we're going to coming back.
Or right. Something, some treasure of ours. So we do a bit of breath work to calm everyone down and get them into the mood to receive sound.
So you're preparing a group to receive better.
Then we start the sound session and then it goes on for about 40 to 50 minutes. And then I give a gap of, this is the prescribed protocol in the Peter Hess method, and Mr. Manan Sharma has trained us to do this. So after the sound bath is over, after we play the last mindfulness bell, we maintain silence for 15 minutes. This is for the body to, see, the body has received a lot of stimuli. Now it has to absorb, it has to process it, and then take in what is required. For example, I was explaining about the sound bath. An acquaintance of mine, now just deviating a little bit from the subject, we've lost the human touch. We don't know what people go through. And we very superficially say, hi, hello, how are you? No, I'm very fine. But actually the person is not very fine.
People are very conscious about the personal space.
Yes. Nobody wants, you build a wall around yourself. And what sound does is, demolishes that wall. It penetrates you. And it will release whatever is not required by the body. We carry so much of emotions, so much of unwanted trauma in our body. And in the long run, obviously, it's like a atom bomb waiting to burst. You carry so much inside. There's only so much you can hold. You have to give release at some time.
So you're actually helping that person to vent better.
Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly what it does. And this girl, she came to me. She's a young girl. I know her as an acquaintance. I don't know her too well. I know her name and I know, I just met her here in Coimbatore. And she said, I would like to experience sound therapy. So I said, I'm having a sound bath.
To explore the...
She just wanted to explore it, I suppose. Or I didn't know what her motive to come was or why she wanted to come. She said, okay, I will come on such and such a day. So first she booked the session because I like to plan how many people are there, and also placement of each person according to their requirement is important.
So if you are doing a session, there is a dedicated process how the session will happen.
Yes.
So the session for 30 will differ from the session for 60.
It will be more or less the same.
Okay.
But now, suppose a person has low blood pressure.
Okay, right.
Suppose a person who comes. That's why it's important to know the medical background.
If somebody is willing to book a session with ma'am, you want to get the physical conditions and
basic that is what we do in the first 15 minutes.
Okay, right.
So that gives
that is not done
for a sound bath.
They are booking the thing. No.
Not when they are booking, because many of them they book and sometimes they are not able to turn up and all that. So usually we have a discussion when they come, and generally I ask whether anyone is having low blood pressure, because what happens is with sound bath your blood pressure has a tendency to lower because you're calming down your system from the fight or flight mode. It kind of calms down and accepts that it's in a safe environment.
Okay.
It's in safe space. It's secure. So you calm down all your vital parameters.
Our entire body chemistry will be calm.
Yes. So this girl, she came and initially she said she's coming. Then whatever it is, she turned up for the session. And I asked her the usual pertinent questions, and she said, yeah, I just want to experience what a sound bath is. And apparently she has done sound bath sessions a couple of times before with other practitioners.
Okay, right.
But I was thrilled to receive her feedback actually. That's another part we'll go into after I finish the story. She, at the end of the sound bath session, when we have the 15 minutes when the body processes the vibrations that it receives and all that.
So here silence works like black for white.
Yes.
If there is light, you need darkness to detect the light.
To know what light is.
Yeah.
So when there is silence, it gives the body time to process whatever information it has received. Because there's a lot of stimuli which comes in. Now, for that to be processed, you need the silence for the magic to start working. And honestly, this girl, she must have cried bucketfuls of tears.
She was holding everything.
She couldn't stop crying.
Okay.
And the tears were just so... She was feeling embarrassed. As usual, nowadays, to cry in public is, like you feel very self-conscious. So I told her this is her safe space. She can cry. And she is here for the whole reason of letting go what she doesn't require. What her body doesn't need anymore.
The whole baggage was there.
The entire baggage was held as trauma inside her, as emotions inside her. And she cried, and the next day I got a very, very nice WhatsApp message from her, and she said, after a long time, I slept through the night and I feel so much lighter. And she said, I've attended so many sound bath sessions, but there was something in your session or something that day which helped me release what I've been holding inside me for so long.
So you are saying that if someone has issues, people don't know how to say no to many things, how to vent their mind.
Correct.
So through a sound bath or one-on-one sound session, you're saying that you can improve that particular condition.
Yeah.
If we can call it.
Definitely.
So this will help to present ourselves in a better way.
Definitely.
Right.
The time that I was introduced to sound. So obviously, I should also say where I began. Okay. I was going through a lot of grief.
Oh,
It was a very difficult time. I had lost someone very, very dear to me.
correct.
And obviously, I was hanging on to grief. Now, with grief, you vibrate at a certain frequency. And that is when the longer you hold on to your grief, it manifests itself over the years as depression, or you develop heart problem, you develop lung disease, because grief is stored in the lungs in this area.
People who are a skeptic,
Yeah.
those who are around us, will question that how can grief be measured, or how the happiness works in this manner. So if I can help them, I'll add a point here. Like, if you're happy and if you're focused, you can do some job in a better manner.
Definitely.
If you are hanging on to the grief or fear or something, you will have some kind of nervous energy. Sometimes it works on your favor also, but most times it will not help you.
Yeah.
If you're not focused enough, you will not get better result.
No.
It's, if you can correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right. I can add on to that.
Thank you.
You can measure I won't say you can measure emotions.
Right.
You can't measure grief, or you can't measure sadness, but then you can measure the manifestations of these emotions.
Correct.
When you talk about nervous energy, it helps you in the short run. Like when you're doing something, maybe in the short, this thing, oh yeah, you'll be able to do it quicker, or you'll be able to, with that nervous energy, you kind of complete your tasks in a quick manner. But what is the effect on your body? Do you think about that?
Right.
What toll it takes on yourself, on your vitals?
This is something like if somebody breaks a heartbreaking news to you,
Yeah.
you get a heart attack.
Yeah.
That's what the effect is. Effect of grief is. So here is something that gives you effect for a long time.
Now, you were talking about breaking a sad news to someone and they get a heart attack. There are people, what happens is when they receive a sad news,
Yeah.
they don't react. Have you seen people? Some people are so, it's just that they go into a shell.
Yeah.
It's actually defense mechanism.
Kind of.
Yeah. It is a defense mechanism of your body. As I told you, the body is a wonderful thing. It has a protective mechanism where you kind of immediately envelop yourself in a shell and you kind of ward off whatever the news that you're getting. It's sometimes you go into denial where you don't actually accept that news. You say, oh no, it can't be true. Your mind kind of blanks out that episode.
So you know this is true, but you are not ready to accept it.
You are not ready to accept it. And what happens when you, I know instances, I know people who have developed lung problem because of not expressing their grief.
Oh.
When the grief is stored, it affects the lungs, it affects the liver. So, over the years, as you keep storing something which the body doesn't require, all these negative emotions the body doesn't need, but we store them because we live in a society where we are not given free this thing to express our emotions. Like, you don't want to cry in front of 10 people. You feel very embarrassed to do so. You feel very embarrassed to, immediately. And the thing is, for men especially, men don't cry. Why? Men do cry. Men also have these emotions. And when with these societal expectations, you kind of hold on to the thing. No, I have been trained not to cry. I'm a man. I can't show my emotions.
You're saying if somebody is brought up like that.
Yeah.
If in Indian culture, the Veeram, everything comes up and no, you're a man, you can't cry.
You can't cry.
You have to keep yourself,
control yourself.
You have to control yourself. If somebody breaks a bad news to me, I get into this defensive shell. That is because of some other reason that I want to help everyone. Then I get into a shell that if I cry or if I
break down,
I can help. So I kind of go into a shell that where I will not take anything.
Charity begins at home.
Definitely.
You need to help yourself first. You need to wear your oxygen mask first before you can help someone else.
Sure.
So you need to be in a good space to help someone who needs your help.
Now I understand in a better way.
So charity begins at home. So wear your oxygen mask first, so you're able to breathe easy. Then you help the other.
Every time somebody is, there is a particular practice in Indian homes that if you know about something that is bad about a family member, most people are like, no, we will not tell the elders about this. They'll be
they'll be shattered to hear this news.
So don't say it like that. So they will find a sweet spot to break this news to them.
Correct.
So here you are suggesting that to manage ourselves better with grief, you can help with the sound therapy session.
Therapy, yes. Nice. It was evident in the example of this girl. So how much she was holding back, how much of it takes a toll. When you hold back so much of emotions, negative emotions within yourself, it takes a toll on you eventually.
It's like an unwanted mole on someone.
Exactly. And for skeptics, if you do a blood test, or if you check your blood pressure levels, obviously it'll be skewed.
Oh, of course.
It's not going to be normal. So for the skeptics, we have an answer there. The blood pressure, the cortisol levels, when you are excited, when you have anxiety, when you fear something, your cortisol levels automatically go up.
It's like the allopathy doctors who says, don't get excited too much because your heart condition is not that very.
Correct.
So you have to keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
So every time you get a exciting news, it's more or less like you are getting a different vibration.
Correct.
So with this sound therapy session, you are actually giving someone a better management technique for them. That's what you're saying.
Yes. You learn to manage your emotions and you learn to let go of anything that your body doesn't require. There is no use holding back something which you don't want. Why do you want to carry a baggage which you're not going to use? It's better to drop it.
Correct.
Let go. So that is another important thing in sound therapy. You need to learn to let go. So again, at the beginning of any sound bath session, when I do the breath work, I tell everyone, don't hold back. Let go of anything that your body doesn't require. Feel free. Because this is your safe space. No one is going to say, oh, she cried, or oh, he laughed, or oh, he snored and slept, or anything like that. Because everyone has that safe space in the sound bath session to do what their body is commanding them to do. There are some people who come for a sound bath and fall asleep before I finish playing the mindfulness bell. Before the first minute of playing the bell, they are fast asleep. Obviously, their body requires that rest.
This is like getting into a government bus and sitting and getting into the sleep session.
Yeah. So I have had regulars who come for all my sessions and the third minute they are fast asleep. But when they go back, what do they tell me and what is the feedback that I get is we are very relaxed now. We are ready to take on what is coming our way.
Okay.
So yeah, in our fast-paced world, we need to learn to slow down. That is essential.
We need to tune ourselves.
Right.
Can you go through the equipments or the things that you use?
What we use.
Yes.
The largest or the first and foremost equipment that we have it ourselves, is our vocal.
Okay.
Our sound.
Yes.
So by chanting Om is the universal sound. It's understood that the universe vibrates with this sound. A-O-M. So chanting helps.
So you're saying repetition of a particular sound helps to tune ourselves better.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Right.
So again, there the mindfulness works. So when you keep chanting the same mantra again and again, so when you keep, repetitive, it's like positive affirmations.
Okay. Right.
So again, let's go to the English terminology of positive affirmations. What are positive affirmations? You tell yourself that I'm the best. You keep repeating it to yourself. I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best.
This is like a psychologist saying that I will point some suggestions, and this power of suggestion will work for you.
Yes. So when you keep telling yourself, I'm the best, it transfers into a vibration.
Okay.
So it becomes a vibration, a positive vibration where you keep saying yes, yes. And then as you keep saying it, you believe it and you manifest it. So you eventually turn out to be the best. So it's a process. So similarly, when you use your vocals, you train it to make the certain sounds like Om, and you keep chanting, or you chant the Gayatri mantra repeatedly over and over again. It creates that positive vibration, and positive vibrations will manifest into a positive outcome. And the other things that we use, of course, there's a lot of research which has gone into this. We use the gong, which makes a very deep sound. It's a deep resonance. And generally, the gong, when it's played, it will bring up all the hidden trauma.
So you're saying that it will ignite some kind of...
It will ignite a reaction in everybody.
Okay, right.
Then we have the different therapy sets.
As a skeptic, I will ask that if I record that sound, if I record that sound in my mobile phone, and if I play it to somebody else, will that have a same kind of effect?
See, sound will travel in vibrations.
Right.
Sound will travel as waves, and you will perceive it. Obviously, when you use a device for recording, there tends to be a little bit of you lose some of
the data.
The thing. Correct. Like you're listening to me speak now in person. It will be a little different from when you hear a recording.
Of course.
The tonal quality. There will be a slight loss in all that. So I'm not saying it doesn't work, because I do sessions online. I do have people listening in. I recommend them to wear the earphones.
You're saying that you can help somebody through online also?
Yes, I can.
Oh, fine.
So I have people, there is a very regular person who listens in from Dubai. So every time I have a sound bath session, I send him a Google link and he listens in. He wears his headphones. But obviously, it's not going to be the same as someone who is, present in person.
This is like consulting a doctor in person and
a video call. Yeah, okay. Obviously.
If he can hold your hand and know your pulse, it will help him better to understand the issue.
Yeah, right. It is something like that. Then we use the different bowls. We have the small therapy set, the large therapy set, and then we use different mallets to make different vibrations. Then we have something called the crystal bowl.
Okay, right.
It's crystal bowl has proved to be very useful in helping cancer patients.
Oh.
Yes. Mr. Mananji has used the crystal bowl by placing them on the patient at the area of the tumor, and there have been results where the patient has felt better, and we have had the crystal bowl will help ease the effects of chemotherapy, pain management.
So you are saying that you are actually going in parallel with the modern medicine.
Yes.
And you are helping the patients to manage the pain part or the recovery part.
Right. Okay, let me give you an example.
Okay.
You have your dinner. Okay. And then you go to bed immediately. What happens to the food?
It digests.
Now, scenario 2. You have your dinner. You go for a walk for 1 hour.
Yeah.
And then you go to bed. what happens then?
It digests faster.
It digests faster. So you're increasing the rate of metabolism.
Okay, right.
That is exactly what sound would do.
Here you are suggesting that this is not a alternate way to cure.
No.
But this is a very good way to help in that process.
Exactly.
So every time a patient goes through the painful process of chemotherapy and all, here you have a technique which can help them with their pain management, their mental focus and everything.
Yes, definitely. Sound helps at the mind, body and soul level. So mind, body, spirit. It's a holistic, overall helping technique.
This is not just a physical thing.
It's not just physical. It targets physical, mental, metaphysical. So suppose we take a scenario of a person who's unfortunately going through chemotherapy. We know the different, they go through a lot of side effects like vomiting and lack of appetite, pain, lack of sleep. All this can be helped with sound therapy.
Okay.
So if we do sound therapy in tandem with whatever treatment they are undergoing, be it allopathy, Ayurveda, whatever treatment they are undertaking, if we do sound therapy in tandem with that, on a parallel this thing, definitely it will help them, and it'll also boost the rate of...
So you are creating a better ground to...
Better environment.
Yes, better environment we can
to
call
heal.
it.
Yes.
So as someone said over the internet that some of my cells are gone mad, and people who with the stethoscope saying you have cancer, now I want to get them into right back to life.
Yeah.
So you are saying that your technique will help them with that.
Yes.
With the modern medicine, with the allopathic medicine.
Yes. You can't, probably Einstein has said long back that sound is the future of medicine. So we never know, probably, and even the scientist, the Japanese scientist Emoto, have you seen, like when, he says water has memory.
Okay.
So the waves in this, so if you play sound waves in water, it carries memory.
Okay.
So, this is a field of medicine which I think not enough research has been done. There is a lot of ongoing research, don't get me wrong, but there is a lot of research which is going on. But conclusively, we will definitely get evidence that there is something in this which will help. We know that there is something in this which will help. But for the skeptics, we need something in a scientific or probably a document or something which says, yes. So talking about documents and all that, Mr. Manan Sharma, I'm a living example because I took part in that study.
You are saying that you went there as a patient also?
Yes.
Okay, right.
So what he wanted to prove that sound therapy does have a positive effect on people.
Okay.
So it was a 90-day study, and he developed a very specific, simple protocol of 10 minutes using only 2 singing bowls. A slightly larger singing bowl and a smaller one.
This is a regular equipment only?
This is the regular...
gongs and mallets and...
Gongs, mallets and these singing bowls are regular equipment.
Right.
Which are very expensive because they are all handmade and which are made only under Mr. Manan Sharma's supervision. Okay. And he supplies these therapeutic bowls worldwide.
He still holds a human touch part.
Yes, there's the human touch and also the specialist supervision. Okay. That everything is made according to the specifications.
Okay, right.
It can be mechanized probably, but there is always that human touch makes a lot of difference. So he developed this protocol and he specifically selected these 2 singing bowls, and because he wants sound therapy to reach the masses.
Okay, fine.
And this 10-minute protocol, you can train anybody, be it the layman on the street, be it the shopkeeper, be it the milkman, be it anybody, anyone can be trained in this protocol because it's a very, very simple method.
Okay.
So at the beginning of the study, we all did our blood tests. All our parameters were measured, like our cholesterol, everything. We had our blood pressure monitored, and he had selected one particular company lab to do this so that there would be uniformity in the results
They
also.
can keep the data.
Yeah. Otherwise, again, there are a lot of skeptics who will say, oh, this lab, if you take and that lab, there'll be variation. It may not be the same.
To keep an SOP on this thing.
Yes. To keep this thing, and then it was the study was helped by 2 students from IIT Chennai. They managed the data, they assembled the data,
they made sure that everyone is following the SOP, right?
And we had questionnaires which we had to fill at the end of every session.
So you are saying that this was a full-length study about how this works.
Yes.
Okay, right.
The effect of sound therapy on the human body.
Okay.
So I went there as a subject. I did take my blood tests and everything. We had periodic specified timelines where we had to take our blood tests, and we were not asked to stop our medication, nothing. Everything was going on as normal. Plus sound therapy. This thing was sound therapy. So we had a control this thing where we had our normal life and everything, and then we had our blood tests done. And then during the study, the additional this thing was only that we were given 10 minutes of therapy at a period, like we'd have it for a period, and then there would be a break of 3 or 4 days, and then have it again. So, and we have the results which have been documented. There has been differences in the lab reports. So we were talking about the results that came in after the 90-day period. Definitely there were differences which were noticed. Some people had their blood pressure levels were normalized, and then diabetes, the markers.
If somebody says that is because of the medication.
Yeah, but they were already taking medication before.
Okay.
And
it had a better effect
this
time.
There was enhancement in the results. Let me put it this way.
Okay.
Or there was betterment in the results.
Right.
Like medication, we were asked not to stop any medications. We were specifically instructed to continue the same lifestyle that we were. So the only variable was sound.
This particular therapy
was the sound therapy. Nothing else. Everything else was controlled. In the sense, we went about our normal lives. People who used to go for a walk used to go for a walk. People who never did any exercise were not asked to do any exercise. Just be your normal routine. You carry on with your normal lifestyle. But the only addition is, give us 10 minutes of your time and at a specific time. So we were asked whether we would prefer morning or afternoon or night, and then we were asked to select a particular time of the day and be consistent in that time. Like suppose I had given
a sadhana.
Like a sadhana. Like if I had told them that 9:30 in the night is my time, 9:30 to 9:40. I ensured that 9:30 to 9:40 I had earmarked.
So you are saying like if somebody goes to the gym, regularly at 6 a.m. and he practice for let's say 10 minutes, a particular method, and he has some kind of result. This is just like that.
This is that's what, as I said, the only variable was the sound therapy that was given for 10 minutes. But the beauty of the protocol is, it's very simple. And the 2 bowls are very, Mr. Manan Sharma has those bowls which are not as expensive as the other equipment, which is affordable and which can be practiced by anybody. And definitely there will be a difference in this thing.
Okay.
Just like, okay, when you're anxious or something, and then there's more noise going on around you, it's going to irritate you more.
Headache will come.
Right?
Right.
It's going to irritate you all the more. Whereas you go into a calm room, play some quiet music, play something you enjoy. What happens?
It will be
You become
very
calm.
soothing.
So obviously sound is, you have the answer in front of you. But then
everyone has the answers in front of them. If you are going to listen to a melody,
yes.
if there is a Ilayaraja song playing in the background, we will feel like, okay, we are
yes. You're relaxed.
in the clouds.
Yes, you're relaxed.
Yes.
So the answer is there for you. The only thing is, we play using the singing bowls, and it's more scientific because the frequencies, controlled equipment, the frequencies are mentioned and all that. So it works better.
So you create different patterns or sounds from different equipments.
Yes.
How these sound techniques help in particular conditions?
So what is the primary objective of sound therapy? Is to create deep relaxation.
Right.
Okay. Now, we all know that we have different types of brain waves.
Mm-hmm.
And when we are very excited, so the brain waves go from theta.
Yeah, alpha, theta, gamma.
Alpha and all that.
Delta.
So, the theta and the delta waves are the time when your body goes into repair mode.
Okay.
So what does sound therapy do? Like many people will tell me, no, I didn't fall asleep during the sound therapy. But I know for a fact that they were asleep. So that state is called the NSDR, or the non-sleep deep relaxation.
So they will not be sleeping, but they will
be deeply relaxed.
We know that they are actually practically sleeping only with their eyes open, right?
I won't say it's a hypnotic state, because hypnotism is a very for some people it's a very scary word, but actually it's not. It's not a hypnotic state. It's a state where you want to move, you want to get up, but then you're so lethargic or you're so relaxed.
So if I can put it in the modern perspective, you're going to a dance floor. You're dancing for 1 hour. And when you look at the watch, oh, did I dance for 1 hour?
Exactly. A lot of people lose track of time. Thanks for pointing that out, because when people wake up after a sound bath, they say, don't tell me we were lying down for 1 hour. And it's very surprising. But yes, they would have been there listening to the sound. That is called non-sleep deep relaxation.
Okay.
So they go into that deep, relaxed state where the brain waves go into the calm mode or go into the repair mode.
Okay.
So the body starts repairing itself. So actually sound therapy helps you help yourself by putting you into that relaxed state so that your body can do what it knows best.
Okay.
Your body can repair itself, rejuvenate itself, and then you wake up feeling fresh. You wake up feeling, yes, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to face the world again. You're recharged. You're all set. So that is what
you're saying. You can help with the health conditions of a particular person. If somebody has a unfortunate condition of cancer or a heart disease, or in that matter, the arthritic problem, can you help with those conditions?
Definitely.
Okay.
It can help. Sound therapy can complement traditional allopathic treatment by increasing the metabolism in the body. And when I say increasing metabolism, it will help process the medication faster.
Okay.
It'll act as a catalyst to speed up the process of healing. Like, for example, if there's a fracture or there's a trauma, so you do need to take traditional treatment, but with sound therapy as a complement.
With your ongoing treatment, if you can take sound therapy
as well, it will kind of speed up the process of healing. It'll reduce the healing time.
For a heart patient,
Yeah.
even a high-pitched sound is a risk for many heart patients. It is a risk. So, can you give me a practical or ethical perspective on that thing? How you are keeping it safe for him?
See, this is why I want to bring in the topic of having this brought under the Ayush ministry,
Right.
where there is uniformity, because there are different types of practitioners.
Okay, right.
There are some who are not, because there are contraindications when it comes to sound therapy, and it's essential to undergo proper training. Like, unless you're trained, I wouldn't say it's very beneficial to say, okay, I can also do sound therapy, because there is a technique of playing the bowls, and there are instances where you need to do certain, or you have to take care of certain situations. Like, for example, people with implants.
Yeah.
People who have stents.
Yes.
Or a pacemaker. People with depression.
Okay.
So, that is the reason we insist on we take the condition.
So, you're saying that the government needs to create a validation environment where we keep some SOPs.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to go through these process.
Yes.
Then only you can treat this patient.
Exactly.
For that, you get validated from the government itself.
Yes.
So, you're calling for a particular validating process from the government or Ayush ministry.
Yes.
Okay.
The main thing is, anywhere, all over the world, there are 3 types of practitioners.
So, the question will arise like, if government is going through this validating process, they need to have a exam kind of thing. They need to have a course kind of thing.
Yes.
Can we standardize all those things?
We can standardize. Because everything in sound, if you train under a very good guru, thankfully I found mine in Mr. Manan Sharma.
Are you suggesting a Gurukula method for this, or
not Gurukulam method, but someone who can take you through the different protocols, there are a lot of times when the ethical part of it is not covered, then contraindications in sound are not covered. So when I say contraindications, like, let me give you an example. I have a sound bath session.
Okay, right.
Okay. I have someone who comes with depression. She's taking medication this is something which happened actually. She's taking medication for depression. So she told me, yes, I'm taking these medications for depression. So what did I do? I placed her as far away from the gong as possible, because the gong has a very deep sound and it has a different effect on the mind.
So
someone who's
you actually control the medication here. If I put it in an allopathic way,
yes,
you are actually controlling the dosage of
You're controlling
the dosage of
type of vibration that you give
right.
I put her closer to something called the musical set, where the tone is higher. The octave is, it's a more beautiful sound.
So you will say that here is a patient who needs to be taken care with a particular pace.
Yes.
Okay, right.
For someone who doesn't follow the protocol, would place that patient anywhere probably closer to the gong. So then what happens is, that is when...
So you are actually saying that you have a gun, if you have good practice, you can do it for the
need to shoot the target
people.
Correctly.
You can be a policeman or you can be a criminal.
Exactly.
So here government needs to come in and control the whole situation.
Because there are... unfortunately,
do we have any models outside India? Outside in the Western world or somewhere?
Peter Hess does have an institute where they train and they certify.
Okay, right.
So there are different levels.
So he makes sure that the one who learns from him follows particular SOP,
particular protocol. Because after each module is complete, there is practical training and there is examination, which is the same method which...
So the master himself will validate the whole process.
Yes.
This is more or less like the Gurukula thing. No?
Yes, which exactly what Mr. Manan Sharma also does. He trains us, makes us practice in front of him to make sure that what we are doing is right. So there is and for everything there is a protocol.
Okay.
And this is where the consent form comes in.
Okay.
So
for the ethical practices.
Yeah, we get a consent form from any person who wants to take a sound bath or a sound session. We get all the details. We note down. There is a prescribed form that I have, which I make anyone who comes here, I make them fill it out. I go through that. So I know where to place the person or what is the protocol that I need to follow. So I feel it's essential, especially now there are so many institutes mushrooming around saying, oh, we will train you for 99 rupees, you will do sound therapy.
In this point, I'll share one of my experiences where I was attending a particular Ayurveda conference. This happened last August. And somebody was mentioning about, I gave this particular medication to this patient. And somebody else did that too. But he had a better result with the medication. And then the master who was on the stage said, did you interfere with his Jivitacharya, the day-to-day life of that patient? You have to get inside that. You have to tune him to receive this medication in a better manner.
Yeah.
So there is a text in Ayurveda says that you have to study the patient first.
Yes.
So I can
you can relate,
link the
right?
scenario.
See, each person is an individual.
Yeah.
And each person's requirement is different. Okay. So that is the reason we need to know what that person is going through, what is the requirement. Of course, the body will take in only what it requires, especially in therapies like alternate therapies like that, body will absorb.
So in general, you can say that for a heart condition, I can give him this kind of treatment. But for a particular patient, I will retune to his needs. It's like a custom fit.
Correct. See, for example, now we know that the blood pressure, so when you are attending a session, a sound bath, or the general tendency is that the blood pressure drops because you are calm. Okay. So what happens when you're calm? Your blood pressure drops. So what will happen if someone who has low blood pressure comes for a session? It's going to drop further and it's risky, right?
Yes.
So you need to know that that person is suffering from low blood pressure or he's taking medication for low blood pressure. So you have to take the necessary precautions. So a lot of institutes where they do provide training, there is no control on the kind of equipment that is used.
Okay.
It's
no
not
standardization.
There's no standardization in the therapy bowls that is used. Then there is no, I'm going to put my head on the block and say there is no proper protocol that is followed.
Right.
So that is important.
As a seeker, it's very bold of you to point out that thing.
Yeah, because I have, as a lay person, I do not say that I'm a sound therapist. As a lay person, I have attended different sound sessions.
So that's why you mentioned that in this particular Peter Hess, that master's method, we go like this.
Yes.
Somewhere else, if you go to somewhere else in a random session, you're not sure about...
I can't guarantee that it will be this method because I have attended couple of sound bath sessions and I've come back with a bad headache. So that's what I said. The contraindications are there. We need to be careful.
This is more or less like going to a doctor. Maybe he is qualified and all, but he doesn't know how to take care of your particular condition.
Exactly.
Because he doesn't know the SOP on the matter.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's important to go to the right therapist. Like just like we investigate when we you have a medical problem or something. What do we first do? Who's the best specialist in that area, right? So suppose someone has a medical condition, a heart problem or something. So what is the first question we ask people we know? Who's the best cardiologist in town? Where can I go for treatment? So similarly, we need to be picky. We need to be careful about the therapist we choose.
Okay.
Someone who is trained to give the right therapy.
Don't go to anyone and everywhere.
No, I wouldn't recommend that.
Okay. I was asking about the diagnostic side of the thing. So you're saying that you have this consent form, which is basically the patient profile.
Patient profiling.
Right.
Where we ask the patient a lot of questions. I won't call them patient. I call them clients or people who come for therapy. Because when you say patient, it generally connotates a physical ailment. But people who come for sound therapy,
here we're helping the multi-plane.
Like it's mind, body, and soul.
Okay.
So there are very specific protocols to be followed. Like for example, for pregnant women or post-surgery or infants and people with implants. All these, there are specific protocols.
So you are saying that there is some ethical and practical consideration for each one who comes in.
Yes.
Okay, right.
And let me take the example of a pregnant woman.
Okay.
The bowl is never placed on the body. So it's called body work in sound therapy terms. Body work is not done because, again, as we know, the amniotic fluid, the fetus is encompassed in amniotic fluid. So it's water. It's again, sound travels very fast through water. So we don't want to disturb something. So we play gentle sounds around her. So this kind of protocol is what I'm saying. There should be some standardization so that
I can definitely add a small story here. Most of the Malayali people watching this thing will be familiar with Aidihimala. There is a called Aidihimala.
Yes.
And in that, one of the chapters where a Brahman priest who wants a boy. In our culture, it's a
I know.
particular thing.
Unfortunately,
it still goes on.
Yeah.
And this guy recites some kind of mantras, and it has a positive effect on the pregnant woman.
Correct.
So it is practiced from long back.
Oh yes, yeah.
That for pregnant woman, you have a very different kind of therapy sessions or very different kind of diagnosing.
Even in the Mahabharata, Abhimanyu knew how to enter the Chakravyuha because he was in his mother's womb at that time.
He heard all this.
And he heard everything. Actually, the story is like he keeps saying, and he was listening. And Krishna thought that the mother was listening to the entire thing. But actually, she had fallen asleep. The sound was coming from the womb. And he didn't explain how to come out of it because by then he realized, that she had fallen asleep. So he had only half the information. So that shows how powerful sound is. So we need to tap into this.
So we have all the evidence to suggest that these things were used from the ancient texts.
Yes, in India, in our country, in Bharatam, we have used all these.
And this is spread across all, if we can call them religions.
Yes.
To the Buddhist monks, to the Jain practices and everything.
Yes.
Everywhere, if we go, you have
When you go to a Buddhist place of worship, they have these big gongs and the bowls, and then they play that. So obviously, they have known the power of sound from eons ago. Because when in a Buddhist temple, that's the first thing that you see, the big gongs and the Buddhist monks.
So you are saying that they are currently practicing the ancient texts also.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
right.
it's something, we have this treasure with us. We need to make use of it.
So, under this broad Sanatana umbrella,
Yeah.
there are Buddhist monks using this. There are mantra japas in a traditional
Yes.
way,
Yeah.
Bharatiya way of doing things, and there are bells and
Bells,
everything.
yes.
Everywhere you have a presence of sound.
Sound. So,
Right.
I still remember, like older people, they used to insist every day you should chant to the boys. They used to say every day you should chant 108 Gayatri mantras and chant this. It's good for you. It'll tune your mind. It'll help with concentration. This is just the power of sound.
Okay, right.
It trains, it's neuroplasticity.
So, you are saying that by getting into all these ethical practices to keep all the data from a particular patient and using all this information, you can guide someone in a better manner.
Better way. Exactly.
Way. And you can keep account of a particular client.
Yes.
Like, okay, he's coming in for third session or fourth session. This was his condition on the first session. Now he's in this condition.
Yes.
So you can help him in a better manner.
What we do is every time the client comes, we spend the first few minutes talking to the client. We will know how his symptoms have improved from the previous time, or what are the changes that he notices since his previous
is he getting a positive affirmation?
Yes.
Okay.
Because sometimes what happens is, in order to set right something aggravates.
Okay.
So it's like, some other symptom comes up and then sound kind of brings into the forefront and then kind of helps. Because there are some people who say, oh, I was very tired.
Can you call them as side effects?
No, they're not side effects.
Okay, right.
It's just that, for example, someone without knowing or without realizing that they are tired or overworked, they come with, oh, I get a headache every time, every evening I generally get a headache or something, and they come with, but without actually realizing that their headache is because of lack of sleep or because of insomnia. So they don't explain that, oh, I have insomnia or whatever. So what happens is, oh, I've been sleeping too much after taking sound therapy. So actually you're addressing the root cause of the problem.
Okay.
Right. You're not treating only the symptom. You're treating the root cause.
Can you share any particular instance like that where you help a patient or a client with his insomnia conditions?
Yeah, there have been people who have come for the sound bath sessions. I've had one particular lady who says she doesn't sleep for more than 2 hours per night.
Oh.
Yeah. And after the session, she said, oh, but I slept through the night. Yesterday, I had good sleep. And then she also said that it helped with her constipation problem.
Oh.
So obviously, sound has helped with this thing. She may have been suffering from constipation because of lack of sleep, because of insomnia.
You were saying that you, with the sound therapy session, you brought some kind of balance back to the air system. Yeah. Right. Okay.
That is from dissonance. Okay. You go into resonance.
Right. If somebody wants to learn the craft.
Yeah.
You already told me that you need to have a proper SOP on this thing.
Yes.
And if somebody wants to learn this craft today, what can he do?
Find yourself a good guru. So you need to do your research.
This is like going back to the old days.
Yes.
Okay. You have a passion and you...
Diksha.
Yes.
That is what it is. If you are passionate about sound therapy, you want to learn, the first thing you need to do is read about it, get to know what it is, and see if it is something that you will practice with passion. Like, it's not one shoe fits all type. Okay. There are numerous therapies available, and if it resonates with you, if you feel that, yes, this is for me, then read about it, There are lots and lots of reading material. Now with Google, you just need to say sound therapy and 100 options drop down. There are a lot of books. Peter Hess has a very good website where you can learn about
it's in English, not in German.
Obviously, now with Google, you can translate English to German and all that. Yeah, he has. So you can translate the website into English and read it. He has given.
Do we have a Indian-based website on this?
Manan Sharma has a website.
Right.
He's given all the details about what sound therapy is.
You'll get the FAQ session there.
Yes. What sound therapy is and how effective it is. And yeah, and also we are planning probably later during the year, later half of 2025, we are planning to do short self-help web series.
Okay.
Where with probably just the mindfulness bell. When I talk about the mindfulness bell, it's a small bell with a small mallet where you can treat yourself. You can.
So you will be giving out techniques to the
Yes.
general public that
Yes.
without knowing the core science, they can help themselves.
Just the basics.
Very basic.
Very
Right,
basics.
right.
So you can help yourself. You can heal yourself.
This is more like the sugar testing meter.
Yes, the glucometer
that you get from the shop.
You
Okay,
can
right.
test and see whether.
Am I on a right path?
Yes,
Not
exactly.
Okay,
So
okay,
it will definitely help with stress and and we're planning to do a series. That could be helpful for.
Okay.
So once you do the basics, once you go through the basics, then you know if it's for you, and then you can go and do the advanced.
So you're saying that there is a call for me to get practice in this thing, and if I want to get into this thing, before that you have to read this, understand this in a better manner. That's what you're saying.
So now children, when they are in school, okay, after 10th standard, they're asked to choose their subjects.
Of course.
Not everybody chooses science.
No.
Some people will say, oh, I will do arts. Some say, I'll do finance. Some people say, I'll do medicine, engineering. Now the options are so many. So when you talk about Ayurvedic, you want to qualify yourself as an Ayurvedic doctor. Not everybody can qualify as an Ayurvedic doctor because everyone has their calling and everyone has a space in this world.
Okay.
And everyone's interest is not the same. So there will be some people who, say, oh, okay, this is not for me. So that is why I said it's better to read about it. See
explore
if
and come in.
Explore. Just like any other subject.
Yeah.
Anything. Like unless you explore, like not everyone likes cooking.
No.
Simple, the thing, no? Like, but you have to eat food, but not everybody likes cooking. So what do? They outsource it. So if
you're really passionate about
this, really passionate about practicing, if you're really passionate about taking it forward.
Ultimately, you're pointing to a lifelong sadhana.
Yes.
On this.
Yes.
You get a diksha from the Guru.
Yes.
And you practice your sadhana for the lifetime.
Yes.
And you get better version of yourself every day.
Yes.
So by that way, you're actually suggesting that we can help many people.
Yes, definitely. Like I remember when, when I was in school and had just started applying to universities, I had a friend who, this was a comment which was made. So I just want to, bring it into this thing. So she wanted to apply for medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So the question was asked, okay, you will do your MBBS. And what are you going to do next? Oh, I don't know. And then her mother said, no, she'll get married. Because 25 years back, that was the thing. As soon as social norm, that as soon as the child finishes her education. So then immediately somebody else who was there said, you're robbing someone of their seat.
You can look at it like that.
Because somebody else.
It's a different perspective. Yeah.
Who would like to do medicine and who will probably practice and become an excellent doctor.
Of course. very passionate about the
very passionate
craft.
about that.
Yeah.
May not get into medicine because this girl has taken that seat and she's not going to do anything about it. So that is how I look at things.
This is not about the trend.
No.
This is not about the social status or thing. This is not financial or thing. This is about the inner calling, passion.
Yes, about the passion. That is why I said there are 3 kinds of therapists in India. One are the super uber rich who just want to have all the equipment around them, whether they use it or not, it is there. Then the second type are the ones who have studios and things, and they just want to enhance it by saying, "Oh, we also offer
Value addition."
Value added addition.
Right.
And then there are the passionate practitioners.
Okay.
And I feel that
if I'm a client or patient, I have to find the right one.
you have to find the passionate practitioner.
Passionate one.
The one who is trained to do what is best for you. So it's essential that, whatever the calling, it's a general statement, whatever you're calling, whether it's photography, whether it's videography, or whether you're doing a blog, or whatever you're doing, one needs to have the passion for it for the best outcome. If you want an output to be the best, you need to have the passion. If you're just doing it for, okay, I'm doing it for the heck of doing it, it will not work. Your optimum will not
will
come.
Be there. Right.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, is there any particular course or a particular place where we can explore the field?
Yes. Actually, I'm very happy to tell you that I have been invited to teach this course to caregivers. Oh. It is, it's part of a 4-module, this thing. So one of the modules is sound therapy to caregivers who have patients.
Bharat itself.
It is by the Tamil Nadu. It's a recognized university.
By the Tamil Nadu
government. I'm very grateful to them for giving me this wonderful opportunity because again, it will reach the masses.
So if a caregiver from outside also can benefit from this all?
Yes, they can enroll in this course. Currently, this is being offered in Chennai. This is the first time that a course of this session is being offered by a government.
Very nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I mean, I was so happy to receive that appointment order.
Always good to get the validation recognition.
Yes. So, it will be for caregivers who have physically challenged.
Is there any eligibility clause on this thing? If somebody wants to attend the whole process,
they can apply. Currently, it's being offered only in Chennai.
Okay, right.
But the Vice Chancellor, she spoke to me and she said she would like to use a nodal office in Coimbatore and offer the course in Coimbatore and E-Road, and probably since it's the pilot course, we will see how it goes in the first this thing. It's part of a 4-module sound therapy, art therapy, dance and movement.
Okay.
And
this is like a complete package with the ancient wisdom.
Yes.
Thank you.
They've already started the course. It started in December. And
this is in Tamil Nadu University.
It's recognized by the Tamil Nadu government. It's the Tamil Nadu Dr. J. Jayalalitha University for Music and Fine Arts. Yeah. It's
so we'll be giving a link.
Yes.
Know this thing,
yes.
And everyone can explore.
Yeah, and there are people, the caregivers are from NGOs.
So they will get the lessons in local lingo itself.
So we have formulated a specific course for them, which they will be able to use with the wards under their care. They can use it on them to calm them down, and it will be, again, it's the very basic sound.
It will be another catalyst.
Yes, to help them. And the Vice Chancellor was also saying, based on the popularity of this course, then probably at a later date we can look at introducing diploma in sound therapy or a longer duration course, maybe a 6 months or or a year course or something.
Okay.
So I'm pretty excited
So,
about this new development.
This
Yes.
is going in the direction of international yoga scene, where
Yes.
first yoga was treated like something.
Yes.
Now they are getting courses on this. Now
Yes.
they are going for the full-on degree.
Correct.
Thing.
Yeah. So like that, yes, sound is also
We are very
going
happy
the right
for you.
direction. Thank you so much.
And everyone who is practicing the craft, we are very happy for you.
Thank you so much.
So
Yeah.
I can assure my viewers or those who are hearing this thing that here I am in front of a passionate practitioner.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll be giving the contact for
thank you so much.
benefit
Yes.
from your wisdom.
Thank
So
you.
I'll conclude this session by saying that I had a really insightful
Oh, thank
thing
you.
into the sound therapy. I'll be coming back for more or more
Oh, thank you so much.
detailed sessions.
Actually, this is a subject which is very close to my heart, and I want sound therapy to reach as many people as I can, because I feel there is a lot of value in it, and it definitely, it is, Einstein in those days has said sound is the future of medicine. So sound is the future. No, it's not the future. It's the present of medicine. So we need to tap into something that we already have, and we need to make it work for us.
So
that's
we have the luxury of knowledge.
Yes.
Let's use it.
Let's use it. Yes.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.